Hey everyone, I'm Angela and welcome to this next yoga video. I got an idea for this one. Um, so when I'm recording this, it was Mother's Day weekend and it's during the pandemic. So a friend was in from out of town and we wanted to take a mutual friend's class at a yoga studio. So while doing that and it being more of a group fitness class than typical yoga, we knew we'd be working hard. And then in addition, be wearing a mask. So I got great appreciation for the ability to, when I can typically see or feel my body do one thing under natural circumstances, that can be challenged when your mouth and nose are covered. So it humbled me to remember that we just do what we can where we're at that moment, and that can change daily. Also, in saying that, so we call them in the yoga industry modifications, but that doesn't necessarily mean easy. So, even doing, say, these modifications in this class, it didn't necessarily mean that, there was an easy route. It was just being kind to my body in the conditions I was in. And I say that so when we do this class, some of you are going to show up and you'll do the modifications and think, "Wow, I really worked hard." Maybe you're not used to um, doing yoga. Maybe you work out in other ways, work your body in other ways, and yoga just isn't a part of your practice. So you can run a marathon, but your toes are out of reach when you bend over. It's different for everyone, and our story is different, and it's, again, like I said, it's ever changing. So I'm going to just offer this entire time modifications, and maybe just even some modifications for the modification. And obviously the ultimate modification is skipping the whole um, part of that practice altogether for whatever reason. We're not looking to cause pain. We're just looking to feel better when we're done. Okay. And sometimes that means pushing ourselves a little bit more. Sometimes that means pulling ourselves back. So let's get started. Oh, and just so I always like to open up and uh, chat a little bit before these videos. So down below, when you um, tap the title of this video, uh, the description box will drop down and you can just skip the intro by hitting the timestamp that's there. I think I usually just say skip intro, and then I put the time of when I'm officially done rambling on. Okay, so that's going to be right about now. Um, if you do have your phone out, it's awesome. If you would like the video, that really helps this channel grow. It also helps if you're looking to help somebody today, you can call it your good deed of the day. The video sort of floats around and gets to more places for people. And this one especially might be really nice for the seasoned veteran to the beginner. Okay, so we're going to get on our mats now and start on our hands and knees. So on your hands and knees, your palms are flat. Okay, gaze down between your thumbs. Your knees are below the hips, so there's some space, and your feet are behind your knees. Start to combine breath to movement. So as you inhale, lift your chin for cow pose. Even look up, drop the belly some. And then exhale, round the spine, tuck your chin, push your palms into the floor for cat pose. Inhale, cow pose, lift the chin, soft drop of the belly, look up. And exhale, round the spine, round your back. Good. Stretch your shoulder blades apart. cat. Inhale, cow pose again. Breathing in as you're moving. Exhale and begin to move, finding that rounded cat pose, rounded spine. Inhale, cow, look up. And then exhale, round the back. Good. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the gaze, cow pose. Now listen again. Exhale, move back to child's pose. Bend the elbows, drop the chin, and sit towards your heels. Okay. The bottom may not come to the heels, and that's okay. So if you might be up here, that's all right. I'll do that just to demonstrate. Now let's inhale, come back up to cow pose, right? Drop in the belly. Then exhale, child's pose. Bend the elbows, drop the chin, sit towards your heels. No knee pain, so stop before the knees hurt. Inhale, come back up. Cow, last one, and we'll stay in child's pose. Exhale, move back. Moving with your breath, like a surfer moves on waves, right? Now sit back in a comfortable way. So if you have to put a pillow underneath your seat, that's fine. Stack your fists and rest your head on your hands. Keep breathing. You could also cross the arms or just sit up on your forearms. So those are different modifications. Again, I more than likely won't be offering most of the poses in sort of a general form. Now pause and breathe wherever you're comfortable. Feel the mat beneath you, really allowing yourself to fully enter into your practice. So using your body to feel the sense of touch. As you feel the mat beneath you, the ground below you, just take equal inhales to your exhales. Extend your arms out straight from your mat. Keep your head down and walk your hands all the way over to the right side of your mat as far as they'll go. And allow your left shoulder to pull and extend the rib cage. As you push the left rib cage out, keep the shoulder down. Breathe into your left lung. The head is still down. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, breathe in, extend the rib cage. Fill up your left lung. And exhale. Even feel your left hip and shoulder drop more. As you keep your head down, walk your hands over to the other side of your mat. Allow the stretch to happen, of course, through the hand and the arm, but draw some special attention to the right shoulder as it pulls and stretches the right rib cage. Breathe into your right lung. Exhale, soften the right shoulder down more, even the right hip. Good. Breathe in, fill up the right lung. And breathe out. Stay here, keep doing that. Head is down. Mind on your breathing. Good. Walk the hands back to the center, right on your mat. Good. Come up to your tabletop position, hands below the shoulders. Tuck your toes under and then lift your hips for downward facing dog. So many of you may find that the heels are off the floor. Okay, you can walk in a little bit and then maybe they come down. Allowing our breath to help even open up the body more. Try this. Breathe in deeply, bend your knees deeply, and then exhale, push the hips up, press the heels down. Good. Breathe in, bend the knees again. And then exhale, lift the hips, press the heels down. Do that one more time. Ride the breath. Breathe in, the knees bend. And then exhale, hips up, heels down. Look back at your toes. Let your head hang down. Neck loose, shoulders open. Breathe. So again, if the heels are not touching down, that's okay. If this exercise of bending the knees and then straightening them out helps, where you do feel like your heels get closer to the ground, you can do that a couple more times. We're here for a few more moments. Okay, keep looking at your toes and then walk your hands towards your feet. So you're still hanging forward. Grab your elbows. Good. Continue again, hanging forward. Draw the navel towards your spine, and you might even feel your head drop a little bit closer to the floor. Good. Now switch grips, so just re-interlace the arms. Soft bend in your knees. It's a nice opportunity to just feel you might even visualize or get this feeling of thoughts dropping from your head that have nothing to do with the yoga practice, right? Just let them all go, giving yourself this time to be fully present in a practice just for you. Good. Release your hands down. Straighten out the back. So if your hands are not touching down to the ground, the hands could be to the shins. Just straighten out your back so your spine is parallel to the floor. That remember your spine is also in your head, so the top of the head is facing the opposite wall that it's in front of. You place your hands on your hips. Oops. Come on up with that flat back. Yeah, I'm just gonna, I forgot to do this part. All right. Okay, let's come up to the top of your mat. So for today, you can have a little space between your feet. I'm wearing slippers because my feet are cold today. I also have 2 heaters. Every day is different, right? Let's make sure you can see me. Okay. So up towards the top of your mat. All right. Press through the 4 corners of your feet, stand up tall. Lift out through not only the hips, but through the waist, shoulders back. Palms come together at your heart center. Gaze down at your fingertips or close your eyes. These occasional pauses we make are wonderful opportunities just to reinvest in your yoga practice, especially if energy starts to disperse in thoughts of something else, someone else. And this reminder to come back to you. Good. Open your eyes. Take a deep breath and reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands through heart center, fold forward, soft bend in the knees. Place your hands on your shins, lift your back, inhale to the halfway lift, and exhale, hands come down, step back, drop to your knees. Come all the way down to your belly, still exhaling, hopefully. Then lift up to cobra, palms are alongside the chest, And there's just a gentle lift. Now, some of you might not even lift at all for various reasons of what's going on with your spine. I know I've had clients who've had some fusions there in the spine. So again, honor your practice. We'll move a little more quickly a couple more times, but it's nice to address some of these issues in the very beginning so you know how to continue forward. So we're up into Cobra, breathing here. Okay. Now try pushing your palms into the floor, push your knees into the ground, come up to tabletop, and then tuck your toes under and lift the hips up for down dog. Breathe in, look back at your feet, and breathe out. Good. So the challenge here will be moving with your breath. Okay, still remaining in this theme of modification, okay? So breath and movement is most ideal, okay? Inhale, look at the hands. Exhale, step your feet towards them. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shin, shoulders back, spine is long. Exhale, fold forward, so chest towards your legs. Now inhale, rise up to Tadasana. Arms can go out to the side. You can lift the chin slightly, hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands through heart center, forward fold. Now pull the navel back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shin. Strong core. Exhale, hands come down. Exhaling, come drop to your knees, drop to your belly. Good, lift up, inhale, cobra. Okay, shoulders down, gaze down. Exhale, downward dog, tabletop to down dog. Okay, breathe in and breathe out. Look back at your feet, breathe in and breathe out. So we'll do that one more time through. Inhale, look at the hands. Exhale, walk your feet towards them. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to the shin, shoulders back, soft bend in your knees. Exhale, fold forward. Keep that soft bend in your knees. Inhale, arms out, lift up, Tadasana, hands up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands through heart center, palms touch, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come to a modified plank. The knees are down, come all the way down. Now remember, keep your gaze down. Inhale up to cobra, shoulders back, palms down, feet down. Exhale, down dog. Push your palms under the floor to lift your hips up high. Good. Now, smoothly lift the right leg up behind you. Breathe in. Good. Now bend the knee. Breathe out. Stay. So there's a bend in your leg. Push your knee to the wall that it's facing, so pushing away from the hip, you'll feel maybe even an engagement, a stretch in your right hip. You might want to rotate your right ankle. And if this is too much, just have your legs straight. If that's too much, just stay in down dog. Rotate your ankle in the opposite direction it was turning. Good. Now straighten the leg and set the foot down, downward dog. Let's try that on the other side. Lift the left leg up and bend the leg. Now again, push the knee towards the wall it's facing and allow your left hip to open. Okay. Rotate your ankle. Good. Gaze down and look back at your right foot. And then go the other direction with the ankle that's in the air. Good. Straighten the leg, downward dog, setting the foot down. Good. Now walk your hands back towards your feet. Good. Now drop your hips, chair pose. Good. Breathe. Good. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have seen your hands up high, but I know quite a lot of people have a lot of stress in their shoulders and their neck. So hands to your heart center is a great modification. Yeah. The hips can still stay low. You can have some space between your feet for balance. And gaze steady, straight ahead. See if you can find a place to just rest your eyes to help steady your mind. Breathe. Try sitting down a little bit more. Nice. Good. You're here for 3. We'll stand up in 2. Stand up 1. Straighten the legs. Rest the arms down. Good. Now let's come all the way down to your mat. Laying on your belly. Good. And we'll spend a little bit more time in that cobra pose. So hands alongside the chest on each side, right? The chin is on the floor. Good. Feet are flat, so the tops of the toes are on the ground. Especially mindful that we're not lifting or exposing the throat here. So soft gaze towards the floor. Lift up at the chest. Okay, so you feel a lift in your upper back. Shoulders back and down. Palms stay on the ground. Again, resist the urge to expose the throat. Look down, breathe. You're here for 3. Set the head down in 2. 1, now turn your head. So one ear is on the ground and your arms come down alongside your body. Cobra pose is a wonderful way to get some strength into your back. This helps keep the entire base of the torso strong and less likely to fall. Balance, right? Let's go back to cobra pose. Hands alongside the chest, palms are flat, elbows pointing up. Now lift up the chest, keep breathing here, again, gazing down. So the work is in your back, not your neck or your throat looking up, right? Keep breathing. Very little weight into your hands that are on the floor. Good. You're here for 3, 2. Now turn your head in the opposite direction that it was. So for me, that's my left ear. And the arms come down alongside your body. Close your eyes if you'd like. And those moments that we have, this one included. Come back to your practice if your mind has wandered. Nice. Now come back to center. One more time, hands alongside the chest. Lift the chest up. We're here for 10 seconds. 9, 8, gazes down. 7, 6, less pressure in the hands. 5, 4, 3, child's pose in 2, 1. So push your hands into the floor, tabletop, go back, child's pose. You can open up the knees here and have your arms where they're comfortable and your body feels supported to rest rather than strained. Great. Let's come up to standing. So, actually, sorry, excuse me. Let's stay down on the floor. Okay, just a little bit longer, then we'll go back to standing. Okay. So, we were talking about the core, and that word gets used quite a lot. I see no problem in that. It's nice to have a universal term for something that so we all have an understanding. So, we can focus on our belly, we can focus on our back, this whole part. Okay. So, boat pose is a great asana pose in yoga to strengthen that area. Okay, so bend your knees, feet on the floor, sit up straight as your back will let you. Okay, there's a couple modifications here, and we won't go past modifications. Okay, so I'm lifting the feet and I'm still holding the knees, and you might too. The other modification is hands behind the knees. Regardless, your back is straight, shoulders are back. Good. And your feet are off the ground. At some point, if you have to set them down, maybe just try the toes. Good. The consideration is, even if you start to shake, it's okay. It's okay to shake. Breathe. We're here for a few more seconds. It's funny, when I was teaching public classes, would sing row, row, row your boat. I never did check to see how long that was. But how about we're here for 5, feet come down in 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your feet down, sit up straight, and you can kind of give yourself a tiny squeeze. Yeah. Good. And then one more for that core area. Come back to a tabletop, and then come down to your forearms. Your knees are on the ground. And then you can, from here, lift the knees up. Now I noticed it because I can see the camera, I'm going to have drop my hips down more. And some of you, at some point, the modification is to keep the knees here, as long as you have that plank in the upper body. So that's the modification. And staying on your forearms is a modification if you have any wrist pain. Okay. You're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's come on up to a tabletop. Take a breath in here and exhale out. Good. Let's come up to standing. Great. So, taking that concept of strong core and inviting into a balancing practice. With your left leg on your mat, turn your left knee out away from, your right leg away from your left leg. And then move the sole of your foot to your ankle. Toes are on the ground. Stand up straight and hands to your heart. Okay. This is a wonderful modification to begin, that one leg standing. And if you want to just give it a little bit of a test, you can move your foot up slightly so that the toes, so I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but the toes are not touching the ground. But they could easily be if I felt like I was going to fall. Good. So today, just keeping the foot near the ankle. And it's very common in beginning any type of balancing practice to be near something in case you need to hold it for balance, to recalibrate, to readjust. Let's try the other side. Okay, so both feet are flat for a moment. Good. Now move the left foot, the sole of the foot, to the ankle. Knee is pointing away. Your left knee is, right? Stand up straight. Toes are on the ground or maybe slightly lifted, but the sole of the foot is more or less touching the ankle. Good. You might even be near that object that'll help you balance if you need it. If you feel yourself hunching, go ahead and lean back a little bit more, stand up a little bit taller. Nice. Good. And release, both feet flat on the floor. Let's come back down to the mat and we'll stay here. We're going to go on our back for the modified half pigeon pose. This is wonderful for your hips. So go ahead and make your way down safely. I like to rock down. Okay, so this is modified half pigeon. The left foot is on the floor, knee pointing up. Take the right ankle and place it on your knee. The foot is flexed. The knee is down as far as your leg allows. And then pull the left knee towards you. So your hands might go behind the knee or in front of it. Keep this foot, your right foot, flexed. Yeah. Some of you might give a gentle encouragement to the right knee using your elbow to push away from the body, but that's not really necessary. You'll get a stretch either way. Just pull the left leg towards you. If you feel like your chin is up quite a bit, draw it back down. And you're welcome to close your eyes. Good. Now release your grip with your fingers, set your foot down, and both feet are now flat on the mat, knees pointing up. Just adjust for a moment, breathe in and breathe out. Good. Let's do the other side. So now it's the left ankle, and mindful that this left foot stays flexed the whole time. Pull the right knee in towards you, and then your grip, where your hands go behind or in front of the knee. Okay. We're not pulling or straining. In fact, just like the movements of your breath and movement, every time you take that deep exhale, you might feel some release in your hips, and that knee naturally comes closer to your chest without force and without effort. Nice. Place the soles of the feet on the floor, knees pointing up. There's some space between your feet, okay? No wider than the hips. Arms down alongside your body. Inhale, lift your hands up over your head. Lift your hips up. Palms face the ceiling at the end, and the pelvis presses towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower one vertebrae at a time. Arms come down also, all the way down to the ground. Go slow. Move with your breath. Breathe in, lift your hands up over your head. Hips push up, pelvis pushes up towards the ceiling. Knees over the heels, try not to splay them out. Exhale, steady and slow. Come on back down, arms two. Two more times. Breathe in, the arms lift, the hips lift. Knees steady over the heels. Good. Exhale, come on down, arms down. So this is the last one. So this one is the arms stay down, just the hips up, and we stay up. Breathe in, lift at the hips, press your pelvis towards the ceiling and stay there. Okay. You can support your lower back with your hands, okay, if you need to. That's a wonderful modification. And if you feel your knees opening up wide, just draw them back in closer. So they feel more or less right over the heels of your feet. Nice. Now see if you can push up the hips a little bit higher for the last few seconds. And come on down. Good. Pull the knees into your chest. Good. Give yourself a little squeeze. Good. Now goal post your arms, and ideally the shoulders come down as close to the ground uh, as the body allows. Okay. Knees in as close as they can be. For some of you, they may touch. Breathe in and drop your knees over to the right. Mindful that the left shoulder stays as close to the ground as possible. Inhale, lift the knees. Strong core, so your abdomen feels like it's doing some work here. Exhale, go over to the other side. Navel pulls back to your spine. But don't worry if your knees don't touch the ground here. Right shoulder down. Breathe in, lift the knees. Okay. Exhale, drop the knees to the other side. So for me, it's the right side, maybe for you too. But inhale, lift the knees back up. Exhale over to the left or opposite side. Shoulders are down. Next time we'll stay, breathe in, lift the knees. Good, and exhale, knees to the right. Left shoulder down. You can even turn your head if you'd like in the opposite direction of your knees. So I like to do some of those dynamic movements before we hold. That's what I was taught from my teacher. It kind of makes me feel like and remind me that we're, we can sometimes feel like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz, right? We have a big heart, but a stiff body. Yeah. So kind of lubricating everything before we hold. Lubricate the joints. See if you can relax a little bit more and feel the body ease in towards the ground. Great. Engage the abdomen, lift the knees up, breathe in, shoulders down, exhale over to the other side. So for here, it's the left side. So this is very common for me to see in clients, what I'm doing here. It's fine. Okay. As close to the knees, not only come towards the ground, towards each other. Your right shoulder, just allow this upper part of your shoulder to open up. Allow your breath to help relax you. So that everything just comes together a little more and closer to the floor. You could turn your head in the opposite direction of your knees if you'd like. Even close your eyes. Good. Lift the knees as close together as they can as you lift them up. Pull your knees into your chest, stabilize. So after doing some asymmetrical work to your body, it's nice to always end with something symmetrical to create equanimity and balance. Here we're going to grab our toes or our feet. For some of you, the modification is the ankle or the shins. Okay, so the direction is as far as the arms can reach and the knees can bend. Okay. Tailbone down. Gentle sway might feel good. Holding still might also. Good. Now release your feet down to the floor. Adjust a little bit if you need to. The area, the space that you're in. Extend your legs out long on the floor. Heels far apart, arms come down, palms face up. You might lift up and pull the shoulder blades away from one another. And when you're settled, close your eyes. Inhale, push the tummy out like a Santa Claus belly. And exhale, feel the belly fall. Good. Inhale, push the tummy out. And exhale, let the tummy fall. One more time together. Inhale, breathe in, fill the belly up. Exhale, feel the belly fall. Relax your jaw, relax your tongue. Relax your eyelids. And disengage. Just allow the body to hold, or be held rather, by the earth beneath you. As it's going to be silent here for a moment, for some time, anytime you find yourself wandering off in thought, just come back to your breathing, restart. And understand that this can be very challenging to be still for some people, and you might be one of those people. The most helpful thing you can do is to continue to practice. If you'd like to stay in Savasana longer, you can always pause this video and join back in when you're ready. But if you'd like to be guided out now, go ahead and begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Rock your head from side to side. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue, and breathe in deeply. Inhale and exhale. You might feel a stretch, much like when you're about to get out of bed, stretching. And then come over to your side. And when you're ready, you can come up to a seated position, and I'll give you a moment, so take your time. Sitting on the ground doesn't work for you. You can sit on furniture. And cross your legs in a way that doesn't hurt the knees. And sit up straight. So even if you're sitting on furniture, sitting up straight, lifting up through the heart, shoulders down. Palms come together in front of the heart. Gaze down at your fingertips or close your eyes all the way. Take a moment here to embrace this time, to harness this time that you've given yourself. Filling up your own cup first is and the only way one can fully and truly give to others. For both parties. Can give and receive the joy and the benefit of giving and receiving. Namaste. So, thank you so much for practicing this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Share it with a friend if you think it would help. If you'd like a personal practice with me, again, tap the title. The description box below will have my email. You can reach me there. You're also welcome to contribute and make contributions to this channel, and the links for that are also down below. Thank you so much, and I'll be sure to continue to offer more practices. If there's something you'd like to see, some focus or theme, go ahead and put that in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to read them and acknowledge them. Until we see each other again, namaste.